Still don't get it. Why is this guy here?
I told you.
30 days
Two-Face wants us to look after him. Hey,
April,
stop Batman from
June,
getting...
and September.
Spoke to
Of
Two-Face?
28
Where
is
he?
but one.
That
All
doesn't
the
matter.
rest are
All you
31.
need to know is
Of
he
course,
wants this
leap
chump
year
looked
comes and slays.
Oh, no.
Every 4 years, got it
boss
right.
knows.
And 28 is 29.
Look, there's no conspiracy.
Who
We're a
will
team.
give thanks
We work together,
this
and we know
Thanksgiving?
I guess.
Will you help me give thanks this year, Batman? You have much to be thankful for. "30 days hath September, April, June, and November.
Two-Face wants us to look after him. Hey, stop Batman from getting... You spoke to Two-Face? Where is he? That doesn't matter right now.
Except
All
for
you need to
February
know is he
alone,
wants this
to
chump
which
looked
we,
after.
28,
What did
assign.
he do?
Who knows?
Till
Boss
leap year
knows.
gives us
He told you.
29.
Well, he didn't. Look, there's no conspiracy. We're a team,
New Year's
right?
Day.
We work together.
Should
We
old
do what we're
acquaintance
told.
be forgot and all
Yes.
that? I made sure she wouldn't forget me that day, didn't I, Batman? It was the first New Year's party I'd been invited to in a long time. But then I wasn't really invited, was I? The restraining order saw to that. Still,
Catwoman got
she and
lucky.
I had been
Two-Face will
close.
get her.
Or so I believed. And a new year means a new start. I admit, stepping into a crowded ballroom with a flamethrower was a bit dramatic. But what better way to melt the ice at a party? Perhaps she should have taken that cup of kindness from me when I first offered.
Two-Face.
Saint Valentine, give me your heart this February.
Hey,
And
stop
September
Batman from getting...
of 28
Spoke
is
to
but one.
Two-Face? Where is he? That
Valentine's Day.
All you need to
Hearts
know
and
is he wants
flowers.
this chump looked
The
after.
perfect occasion to
What do you do?
smother my new love with
boss
tokens of affection.
Well, he didn't. Look, there's
I
no
chose
conspiracy.
a dozen red roses, an assortment of truffles, and a darling little lacy thing. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to be so intimate. You might say I'd overdone it. And in truth, at that point, my love and I had not actually met. Ever the romantic, I followed her to her apartment.
Two-Face will get
Loudly
her.
proclaiming my love, I drowned out her screams of protest. Sadly, it was not to be. So instead of smothering her with gifts, I simply smothered her. June
Batman from
and
getting...
November. All the
Spoke
rest
to
have
Two-Face?
31.
Where is he? That doesn't matter.
March
All you need
17th,
to know is
the
he
day
wants
set
this
aside
chump
for St.
looked after.
Patrick, the
What did he
holy
do?
man who drove the
Who knows?
snakes from Ireland.
The boss knows.
Interesting thing about snake
Well, he
venom,
didn't.
Batman.
Look, there's no
Some are green,
We're a team,
just like the
right?
dye
We
used
work
to make
together, and we
green
do what we're
beer.
told. I guess.
That made it all the easier when I hosted that St. Patty's Day party for my old gang. As you remember, one of my henchmen tried to tip you off. I wasn't sure which one had done it, so I decided to punish them all. One dose of green mamba venom into the beer keg,
Catwoman got
and
lucky.
they were soon
Two-Face will get her.
rotting under the shamrocks. So I guess that makes you responsible for their deaths, too. I'll drink to that. Of 28.
Where is he? That doesn't
Well, Batman. You listened well. You appear to understand the importance of dates, don't you? Let me tell you about this day. This day of fools.
We're a team.
I remember clearly that I watched her for days, waiting the perfect moment. It was cold that March. It felt like spring would never come. They drank coffee, and she confessed her life lacked surprises. For 6 more days, I watched. April 1st,
Catwoman got
5:22
lucky.
a.m.
Two-Face will get her.
I finished cutting through the brake lines of her car. From the camera I placed on her dash, I saw her panic. My only regret? She couldn't hear me yell, "Surprise!"
All
Alone,
you need to know is
which
he
has
wants
28.
this chump looked after. What did he do?
M was for the murderous look she gave me. O meant only she was weak and old.
We're a team, right?
T is for her terror as she fought me. H is for her heart that I now hold. E is for her eyes swiftly dimming. R means rot, and soon rotting she will be. Put them all together, you spell
Catwoman got
mother,
lucky. Two-Face will
a
get
word
her.
that means a corpse to me. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy. Here comes and slays.
What did he do?
I wasn't real close to my dad,
Boss knows.
and after my first internment at Arkham,
Well, he did.
he never spoke at all. Seems he wrote me off as a wacko, loser.
We do what we're told. I guess.
So, after I was released, I wanted to clear the air between us. Next Father's Day, I dropped by his place and suggested we go fishing. You ever go fishing with your pop? Well, it's some fun, let me tell you. The two of us out on the water, pulling in one whopper after another.
Catwoman got lucky.
Of course, I was doing the actual pulling. Dad was baiting the hooks. You know, with a finger, a foot, an eye. Whatever I had left of him. Even today, whenever I eat a nice piece of fish, I feel closer to my dear old dad.
Oh, Two-Face is gonna own this city.
Slays.
What did he do?
Every
Who knows?
explosives planted at every exit and beneath this cell itself. What better way to celebrate Independence Day?
We do what we're told.
My independence, of course, from Arkham. Unfortunately, I decided to be clever about it and had a calendar sent to police headquarters with the month of July ripped out. You figured it out right away and arrived just as the fireworks were starting. You stopped me from escaping,
Catwoman got
but
lucky.
not before the fire swept through the intensive care ward. But then, what's the 4th of July without a barbecue? Of course,
All you need to know is
leap
he
year.
wants this chump looked after.
Do you remember that
do?
wonderfully hellish August,
Boss
Batman?
knows. He'd have told you.
Packs of mad dogs swarming the furnace-hot streets, savaging everyone in their path. One bite, and humans were reduced to crazed animals themselves. Good times. Though Crane provided me with the hydrophobia formula, I had the presence of mind to release the hounds on August 16th, the feast day of St. Roch, patron
Catwoman
saint
got lucky.
of
Two-Face
dogs.
will get her.
An obscure date, I know, but I couldn't imagine a better way to celebrate the dog days of summer.
Wants this
Rain
chump
or
looked
shine.
after.
What did he do?
Who knows?
Early
Boss
September.
knows. He'd have told
Kids
you.
headed back to
Well, he
school,
didn't. Look,
leaves
there's no
starting to turn,
conspiracy. We're a
and best
team,
of all,
right? We work together,
Labor
and
Day.
We do what we're told.
Like the year I posed as a construction laborer and drove a bulldozer through the gold exchange. Or the year I referenced the labors of Hercules and released lions, bulls, and wild boars upon Gotham. Better than a circus. Even you have to admit last Labor Day was my
Catwoman
most
got lucky.
inspired.
Two-Face of
Laying
Gator.
siege to that hospital maternity ward? You labored mightily yourself that day. Saved every one of them. Well, there's always next year.
What did he do?
Who knows?
But on leave.
The boss knows.
Boo.
He'd have told you.
Funny thing,
Well, he didn't.
Halloween and
Look,
Arkham.
there's no conspiracy.
It seems
We're a
redundant
team,
here.
right? We
Within
work
these
together,
walls,
and we do what
the
we're told.
monsters are on display
I guess.
year-round. Of course, there was that one year Joker led a breakout on All Hallows' Eve. What a wonderful night. Costumed revelers innocently partying alongside killers and fiends. Of course, the real screams came when it was
got
time
lucky.
to unmask.
Two-Face will get her.
Trick or treat. Have
Spoke to
31,
Two-Face? Where is
except for
That
February
doesn't matter.
alone,
All you
which has
need to know is
28,
he wants
rain
this
or
chump
shine.
looked after.
What did he do?
Who knows?
You know,
Boss knows.
I always feel a little
told you.
lonesome in
Well,
November.
Look, there's no
I think that's because
We're
even
a
the
team,
worst of
right?
us enjoy a
work
good
together,
old-fashioned
and we do what
family
we're told.
Thanksgiving. I know I did a few years back when I dropped in unannounced on Turkey Day. All those surprised faces around the table. Mom and Dad could hardly believe it. Mind you, I don't know whose mom and dad they were. I was on the run and needed a place to lay low.
Catwoman got lucky. Two-Face will get her.
That family, whoever they were, could certainly cook. Stuffing and gravy and pumpkin pie to die for. Unfortunately, they did. Like I said, always feel lonesome in November.
Oh, Two-Face is gonna own this city.
November,
Spoke
all
to
the rest
Two-Face?
have
Where
31,
is he?
except for February
All we
alone,
need to know is
which
he
has
wants this
28,
chump looked
rain
after.
or shine.
What did he do?
Who knows?
The boss knows.
Ebenezer Scrooge was a saint
Well, he
compared to
didn't.
old
Look,
Judge
there's no
Harkness.
conspiracy.
Remember
We're a
him,
team, right?
Batman?
We work
Gotham's
together, and we do what
hanging
we're told.
judge, they called him.
I guess.
Even though the state had ruled me insane, Harkness swore he'd send me to the gallows. So you see, it was all a simple act of self-preservation. I could hardly be held responsible for strangling that street corner Santa Claus for his suit. I needed the disguise to sneak into the
Catwoman
judge's
got
Christmas
lucky.
Eve party.
Two-Face will get her.
Harkness thought it was all in fun until Saint Nick caught him around the neck with a string of Christmas lights. The cops found him later, hanging from the elaborate light display of his own roof. Judgy almost looked like a cartoon himself alongside the comical reindeer,
Two-Face is
elves, and
gonna own
snowmen.
this city.
I call that murder my Christmas special.
Two-Face wants us to look after him. Stop Batman from getting him. You spoke to Two-Face? Where is he? That doesn't matter right now. All you need to know is he wants this chump looked after.
What did he do?
Who knows?
The boss knows. He'd have told you.
Well, he didn't. Look, there's no conspiracy. We're a team, right? We work together, and we do what we're told. I guess.